Hey everybody, we're live. Hello, hello. Welcome to our guided meditation for a healed America. I have Sadhguru on in the background. Welcome to our Thursday night guided meditation for a healed America. I'm grateful that you're here. It fills my heart with joy that you're here because this makes a difference. It truly, truly does. All right. Let's talk about what's going on. There are certain days that I don't have my nose in the news constantly, and this is one of those days. But I've caught little snippets of what's going on. I'm fine, Nathan. How are you? So, Mary's brother just died 2 hours ago. We will send you healing vibrations. So sorry. You know, I showed up here the day that my dad died last January, and this group was so amazing. This group, we'll be sending you all kinds of healing. It got me through it. So just know that we're with you, that we're sending healing prayers. So a few things. One is that our meditations work. And I just want you all to know how important it is that you show up. And it's not about quantity. It's not about the number of people that show up. It's about the quality of the state of mind that we're able to create here. I know there's like all hell has broken loose on America. But I also know that we have an opportunity to play this right and to see all the darkness and the evil being revealed so that we can sweep it away. So it's hard to fix or dissolve things that you can't see. We have to see it in order to reject it. I was remembering the past several summers on the 4th of July, I have walked in the parades, in the local Independence Day parades. And I was just reflecting on how I have this one sign that I wore like a sandwich board that said something about choose democracy, reject fascism. And people were just looking at me like, what? Right? But those of us who have been doing that kind of work for as long as we have here, all that, if we can just think of all that energy that we put in, like building momentum, if we can think about all the guided meditations we've done for a healed America, all the meetings that we had in the past with Grassroots of Democracy for 2.5 years, all the energy of all the people that were part of the Harris-Walz campaign, all the people, for that matter, all the people in America that are really into kindness and caring and love and even meditation and being spiritually directed, all of that is still very much present. We're moving into Martin Luther King Day on Monday, and we know that we have a monster who's taken over our White House, he and all his bigot minions. And I'm going to just read you a quote by Martin Luther King. I was at my sister's today, and she had this little plaque on her wall, and I'll read it to you. It's too small to show it to you. But I'm going to give you a Martin Luther King quote. And it's this: faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. And that's what we're doing. We don't know where our prayers are going to lead. We don't know where our guided meditations are going to lead. We don't know where all that energy, even for that matter, I'm just talking about all the energy that we generated in the past, right? Even all the energy from the Black Lives Matter protests, even though the idiots want us to think that was a terrible thing. That many people coming out and wanting justice and wanting people to be treated fairly and equally and not be victims of police brutality. The energy has not gone away. It's with us and it's building. So do not be fooled by the preponderance of the evil and the darkness. Do not be fooled into thinking, because this is what they need to get us to believe and to behave like in order to gain power. The nature of evil is, once you get fearful, and I've said this many times, but it's an energetic exchange, and I think it bears repeating. Once they have instilled enough fear to get you to the point of collapse energetically, then they've won. This is not a PNN. This is not a PNN, so I'm not going over bad news here. Just like Church of Spirituality, I need to have like a new rule, like to just save the traumatic news for a different time. Just to preserve the sort of energy of the sacred space, because and thank you. I mean, I know I hadn't said that before. So we have to preserve the sense of peacefulness. Okay. So that's another tactic of the dark side, because you know that the punch to the gut feeling that you get is intentional and it's meant to weaken you. And I'm not saying these real life horrors aren't happening. We are just being asked to not put all our energy in how horrible it is, because it will weaken us, to put as much energy into how much the love is going to obliterate that. Now, the tricky thing is, the bad stuff just keeps happening, right? The tricky thing is, the bad things keep happening, right? But the reason that that's tricky is because you're not seeing the good. When was the last time the mainstream media, which is failing royally and colossally, when was the last time the mainstream media focused on your empowerment and the truth about what's happened in the United States of America throughout our history of the conquest over suppression, the suppressing the suppression, and the freedom that came as a result of that hardship? So we don't really know how this is going to shake out ultimately. But what we know for sure is the power of prayer it's limitless. And we will move this mountain with our prayers and our intentions. Some people don't like the word prayer, just like some people don't like the word Jesus, because there's lots of baggage. But just whatever it means to you, right? The monks walking for peace, right. And that is so interesting. Thank you for bringing that up. It's so interesting to see these monks walking for peace in the midst of this. I have been receiving guidance recently that sounds crazy. I mean, maybe for me, you know me well enough that maybe it doesn't sound crazy coming from me. But I kid you not. I have been talking about a little bit, not extensively, about this vibrational energy that I feel coming through from the cosmos. And it's like a low, deep frequency vibration that forms a protection around the protesters. Now, I know you go get thrown by saying, oh, but there was a this and there was a that. Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, okay. I understand there's bad, scary news out there, Nathan. I get it. So let me just address this. Apparently, there's a shooting in Minneapolis. I'll just say it, because even though I said we're going to keep this space stress-free. And I know that Dumpy is talking about canceling the midterms. All right, so that's gonna make you feel upset, right? But feeling upset is only the first step. The next step is to figure out with us collectively what to do about it. At least he's telling us what he's doing. At least this is all right out in the open. We will come back stronger after all this. I agree. Now, I'm just going to address somebody who has a YouTube channel, Jack Cottiarella. He's got a long Italian last name. I do like him. He's the one that said yesterday, imagine life without Trump. And I love that. And I'm going to use that. Imagine life without Trump, right? I have, however, noticed that he's fallen into the trap of sensationalism. Because the sensationalism, you know what, we all have a little bit of greed, and I'm not excusing him of anything. But there's a natural, like, it's kind of like the you know, when you go to the casino, if you're in the slot machine, right? The excitement of winning. When you see your numbers go up when you have a YouTube channel, you naturally look, it doesn't mean it's malicious or anything. You naturally want to make that continue to work, right? So be careful, because some of these pro-democracy channels are giving you these headlines just to make you go, right? And then that's how it's not their fault. That's how they get people to watch. Because we are wired, our brains are wired to look for threats of danger. And so we're going to go to that before we're going to come to a guided meditation for a healed America. Hands down, every time. Right? Yeah, I still believe in Kamala too. That energy has not gone away. So we like to start the guided meditation exactly at the 15-minute point. Text somebody real quick and tell them to show up. You don't support doomsday channels. Yeah, I'm just making the point also, you know, that those are the videos that get the most clicks. So it's really easy. I mean, I really feel like my spirit guides are kicking me all the time. Just stay humble. Just you're supposed to learn humility in this lifetime, so your views aren't going to go up. It's hard to not fall into that trap of it being a game to see how many fish you can catch, right? Yeah, they do. They get into the sensationalism, and after a while you learn they're hyping it up, and it doesn't need to be that way. People are upset enough. So, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your donations. Thank you so much. Those of you who mail donations to me, you warm the cockles of my heart. Thank you. And to all of you that just show up, it makes a huge difference. We have about 35 people in the room. We're going to go into the meditation exactly in a minute and a half. So make sure you're in a quiet place and where your animals won't disturb you and your children or grandchildren won't disturb you. Turn off your ringer on your phone, and we'll get into it. And the meditation, if you're new, welcome. The meditation is 15 minutes long, sometimes a little longer, because it's hard for me to keep track. It's fun to find something in the mailbox. It is, yes, definitely. It really is. Mailbox money is fun. It's still fun. That'll never be outdated. Somebody's saying find some enlightening reading to step away from doom scrolling. Yeah, what I do, and I've mentioned this before, I've been watching the most corny, tacky shows like rom-coms and before bed every night. It's kind of a ridiculous thing, but it really does get my mind in a different place. So yeah, take time to listen to something else. Listen to Sadhguru on YouTube. All right, are we ready? We're going to get started. So close your eyes when you're ready and take a deep breath in. A long, slow, deep breath in, and hold it as long as you can before you exhale. And another long, slow, deep breath in. Hold it as long as you can. And then exhale. And one more time, at your own pace, take a long, slow, deep breath in. Hold it as long as you can. And a longer breath out. And allow your body to let go of all tension and all stress and strain completely. And on the next exhalation, as you're breathing slowly and naturally now, normally, on the exhalations, imagine yourself exhaling all the energies that you picked up from the collective today that are fearful. So we'll do the breathing now in this way. Imagine divine light. Imagine the air around you that you're breathing is filled with divine light. Imagine that clearly. The air around you is full of divine light. Maybe you can sense sparkly light, beautiful, bright light. And on the inhalation, you're breathing in that light and you're holding the breath. And it's dissolving all the negativity. And on the exhalation, the negativity goes. All that negativity that you've held, the negative emotions, the fear, the doubt, the worry, the anxiety, the panic, all out on the exhalation and disappearing. We're going to do that several times now. So I know people breathe at different rates, so just at your own pace. You're going to breathe in the divine light and hold your breath. Let that light permeate your entire physical being. And on the exhalation, you're exhaling all the negativity that you picked up from the outside and all the negativity that was on the inside. And it dissolves into the light. Breathing in this beautiful light and then hold it as long as you can. Imagining the light filling your entire body, cleansing all the negative emotions and fear and feelings from the collective that you have held on the inside and from the outside. And release that on the exhalation and feel the light just taking away the negativity. We're going to do that 2 more times. Imagine the air around you is divine, beautiful light. Breathe in totally. Hold the breath. Feel the light permeating your entire inner being and outside of you, dissolving all negativity. On the exhalation, the light takes it, removes it completely. And one last time, breathe in that divine, beautiful, sparkling light. Hold your breath as long as you can, imagining that light dissolving all the negativity that you picked up inwardly and outwardly. And now allow that negativity to be released on the exhalation, and the light dissolves it entirely and it is gone. And through this exercise, you've made yourself a clearer, more potent contributor to the collective light energy. And tell yourself that you can do this at any time that you feel stressed or that you, or just when you think of it. And now gently have your attention on the sensation of the breath as it moves in and out slowly through your nostrils. And as you have all your attention on the sensation of the breath moving in and out, feeling the breath in your nostrils, you feel like you are right here in this moment, following the sensation of the breath in this moment. Each and every present moment, be aware of the breath and feel the peacefulness that's available to you always. And if you like, you can bring to mind any situation that you have had recently that was upsetting, that may have upset you, and breathe in, feel the sensation of the breath as it moves in and out of your nostrils, and just feel yourself bringing peacefulness so that that situation doesn't upset you anymore. As you bring all your focus into the now present breath and you focus on peacefulness. And imagine yourself in your day-to-day life being this peacefulness, no matter what's happening, able to access this peacefulness. Maybe just by bringing your focus to the breath. And now imagine there's a ball of light about 5 feet above the top of your head that looks just like the sun, shining rays of light, touching your skin, permeating the skin, more light in your light body, bringing up the wattage of the bulb that you are. You're like a light bulb, and the light grows brighter and brighter and brighter. And as you're focused on the light streaming down from this ball of light, you feel very capable. Keep the breath slow. Be very conscious of the breath. And you can affirm to yourself, you can say it out loud if you like, I am divinely capable. I am a being of light. I am divinely capable. I'm a being of light. I'm able to do what formerly felt impossible. I am a being of light, working with the other lights on the planet, the other light beings that are awake to their light. We are all connected by this light. And now bring your attention as you are basking in this light to your toes. Relax the toes into the light, the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet. Relax the ankles and the calves. Feel the relaxation moving into your knees and your thighs. Just allow the light and the relaxation to be present. There's no need to focus hard or to stress or to strain. Just be this relaxation into the light in your lower abdomen, buttocks, and hips. And now focused on your tailbone and moving up vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae until you reach the base of the skull, immersed in relaxation and light. Feel the relaxation in your stomach and waist area moving up. Feel the relaxation in the diaphragm muscle that lifts your rib cage up and down, enabling you to breathe. Feel the light in your lungs and chest and heart, moving up into the shoulders. Relaxation, moving down. Shoulders are heavy, moving down into the arms, elbows, wrists, and hands and fingers. Feel that light and that relaxation in your neck and throat. Feel your jaw becoming very relaxed and the hundreds of muscles in your face relaxed and filled with light. In your scalp, light. And at the crown of your head, there's a beam of light from that bright ball of light that's moving down through the crown, down through the center of your being, coming out of the tailbone and going into the earth that grounds you. And you can affirm to yourself, I am entirely and firmly grounded in the light. And if you're seated, you can have your feet flat on the floor, feeling the soles of your feet connecting to the magnetic energy of the earth through the floor. And you can say to yourself, I am grounded. I stand firmly grounded in the light. Nothing can shake this light. And now imagine yourself in a movie theater and there's a huge screen, a huge movie screen. And you are getting ready to see some things that need light, to bear witness to some situations that need light. You don't have to go into great detail. You see projected onto the screen a situation that's happening in America that needs light. And as you're seeing the scene, whatever it may be, you feel that there are others in the audience. Maybe you see them, maybe you don't. But all having a collective awareness of this perhaps terrifying, dark scene. And you notice from the heart center, there are streams of light, and from the third eye, streams of light from all of us, filling the screen with light, knowing it's corrective, it's a corrective force of light that's correcting this situation. And the evil cannot exist anymore in this light. And all evil that you're bearing witness to, it doesn't matter what scene you're bringing up, we're all doing this together. The scene that you're bearing witness to is one in which the light is so powerful that the darkness weakens and the evil weakens and they're ineffective and unable to accomplish their malicious goal of cruelty and violence and pain and suffering. They just lose their ability. And you and the others in this audience, sending energy, beams of light from the heart center and the third eye, just know that no matter what things look like, no matter what tragedies may unfold, the light is still winning. The light is still conquering the evil. We are always being guided and always being led. And knowing, we are always knowing that our being in the light and projecting light is extremely powerful. And now what was on the screen fades into the light, and feel a knowing in your heart center that it is done. And now projected onto the screen as you're seated in this etheric movie theater, you see Washington, D.C., and the surrounding nation. And you are bearing witness to a light coming from the sky, permeating the Pentagon, permeating the Capitol, permeating the White House. All together, we're watching this on a movie screen. This etheric, amazing, beautiful light shooting into the buildings, and any evil thoughts, intentions, plans happening there disassemble. They fall apart. The presence of the light does not allow the evil to take hold anymore. And you see streams of light moving out onto the grounds, into Washington, D.C., into the city, into all the surrounding states, all the surrounding communities, and now through the entire nation. And feel the feeling of the evil being eliminated from our government. Feel the feeling. Watch the scene on the etheric movie screen. We're all watching together. The light is permeating all of our government buildings in Washington, D.C. The darkness eliminated. Feel the feeling of light moving all across America. The domestic terrorists have been stopped. The suffering and the cruelty and the violence stopped. All the perpetrators of evil stopped and held accountable. Feel the feeling. Feel the feeling. And now the picture fades. Feel yourself seated in the theater and say to yourself, it is done. And from this point forward, we will be going through the motions, but it is done. The light has won. And see yourself just being aware that we have to wait for certain things to get positioned, but the light has already won. Now bring your attention back to the sensation of the breath moving in and out of your nostrils. Remembering that feeling of total peacefulness and knowing full well that your peacefulness, everybody's peacefulness, is contributing to the light winning. And give yourself a sense of gratitude and thanks for being a part of it, for being a part of the healing. The angels bow to you and thank you. And I'll count up from 5 to 1 to bring you to an awakened state, but you can feel free to just continue the meditation if you like. And I'll end at the count of 1. 5, 4, 3. You're so powerful. So very powerful. 2, staying connected to your divine source, to the light. And at the count of 1, you can open your eyes or you can continue to meditate. And 1. And namaste.